Actually pull up the Google Drive.
All right, welcome everybody to the Broken Shift podcast. Back on Twitch for a minute, so our audio is going to sound a little bit different, but should still be very usable. Just for so many reasons.
Wait.
What's up?
You turn volume down. So that's usually really loud in this game.
I did. I remembered. Fuck. Anyway. I'm going to be your host for today, Caboose.
Carbon.
I'm Amp.
And we're going to be talking about...
Wait.
All right, this isn't D&D, Justin. You can't just go wait at whatever the fuck you want.
I had to actually make sure I included my audio.
I got it set up to where it auto includes. Shit. This thing needs a little bit of retuning. Anyway, Justin, what are you waiting about?
Hi.
So we're going to be talking about the second Pocono race of the season. And it started off interesting. 13 cars sent to the rear of the field. And Justin, you should have the list pulled up of the drivers. Do you want to do the list, or do you want me to do the list of drivers that got sent to the rear?
I can do it. Austin Dillon, Harvick, Eric Almirola, Blaney, Boyer, Kyle Busch, Paul Menard, Logano, Byron, Kyle Larson, Bubba, Jimmy Johnson, and Casey Kane.
It's hard to drift and read, isn't it?
A little bit.
Now I'm going to try drifting in third person, which is even harder for me.
Oh boy.
I didn't touch you. Anyway.
Oh boy.
So yeah, 13 cars going to the rear of the field, and due to issues like that, they're changing things up for next week's race, which is qualify on Saturday, hold the cars, and don't do inspection until the day of the race. How do you guys feel about all these cars going to the rear of the field due to failing post-qualifying inspection?
Well, I have one quick question on that, though, real quick. If the car fails, are they allowed to fix the car to make it not?
Yes.
Like, do they give time for that at all?
Yep. Qualifying will happen early in the morning, during just general track time, to prevent the track from being open late after hours when it's not needed, where it's not really necessary. So they'll have, I think, 2 hours to do everything before the race. And qualifying order will not be set until after or until pre-race inspection. So yeah, how do you guys feel about all that then?
It was interesting. Was not expecting that group pop-up to come on screen. And I think NASCAR's gonna need to definitely do something about it, and I guess this is a decent step, but need to crack down on it a little more. It's getting a little crazy, honestly. We're getting better technology that can tell when somebody is cheating, and now they're catching everybody doing it, which is, what was it Dale Sr. said? Long lines.
You're not cheating as long as you don't get caught.
Yeah. Well, you're also not winning if you're not cheating.
Yeah, that too.
I think it's about damn time to get rid of a lot of the technology in the sport. It's getting a little ridiculous. Get back to its roots and let them try figuring out ways that they can not take advantage, but let them have at it, basically. Nothing ridiculous.
Stock cars.
They're not stock cars anymore.
Like I said,
I just been that way for
granted
years.
A Camaro would whoop a Camry's ass in real life, so I mean, it wouldn't do much on the track.
I still want to see someone with a decent amount of money get 4 of each of the car models that are represented in NASCAR, starting next year with the Ford Mustang, and put a roll cage in it. Take out whatever's not absolutely needed, and just fucking have at it. I want to see one race done proper NASCAR style.
I will say the only downside with that method is then it becomes a manufacturer sport.
Well, no, I'm saying just like
the
a
actual
one-off
car companies are going to start building their cars to be like that.
I'm saying just as a one-off thing. I just want to know. But we did talk to Herden, and I am going to reflect what he feels about it. They have the templates. They know their limitations. They know they're going to get caught. They should just go back to the old way of doing things, and then we'll be perfectly fine. When, in actuality, a lot of the issues of people failing qualifying inspection pre or post is they got to set the car up specifically for it to be scanned with the new scanners. And so they got to go in, they got to add shims and rubbers and stuff like that to the suspension to raise the car up. They got to jack the tire pressures up to get the height that they need. And a lot of the times when they fail that first time, it's just the car not being correctly set up to be scanned. And you can't get it right every time. But failing 3 times, then yes, that's when we do have a legitimate issue. So, yeah. Oh yeah, completely forgot. Stage winners and race winner Chase Elliott won his first. How the fuck do you word this? He got the first stage,
second stage of the season.
Second stage of the season for Chevrolet. Second race in a row. There we go. A little bit of a kerfuffle there.
He won last week as well in one of the stages.
Yep, that's why I was trying to figure out how to word this correctly to include next week, or last week. Words I can do them sometimes. And
Nice.
Harvick got stage 2, and Kyle Busch unfortunately won. I feel like a large part of that had to do with that last restart where Eric Jones took a 3 wide going into turn 1 on the late race overtime restart. What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, it's nice to finally see Chevy putting together something, even if it's just one car.
Yeah, and Bowman, he's been quietly doing well as well.
Byron was up there, Bowman was up there. They all had some really fast cars. Hendrick, as a whole, was actually doing pretty good the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
Seems like Hendrick's waking up.
Finally.
They have some speed. They have straight line speed. They're just something about the exiting.
They're doing good on short tracks. Well, they're doing decent on short tracks. They're doing fine at plate tracks, and Pocono, for whatever reason, they were doing good.
Like I said, they're fine on straight line speed. It's exit. I've noticed their exit is low.
Just turning in general, they're always struggling somewhere. Either all of them are struggling entering, all of them are struggling exit, or all of them are struggling in the center, except for one car. And typically that one car's been Chase Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
But it's nice to see Hendrick actually running something, and I'm going to give props to William Byron, because he was on, I think, 10 lap older tires, 5 to 10 lap older tires, something like that. Not fresh, but not, they didn't have the shit beaten out of them. But he managed to lead, 5 or 6 laps on a restart on old tires when everyone else had fresh tires. So, to me, that shows both what Hendrick has shown up with and what Byron's capable of doing. So, I think that's really about it for that little bit. Something else that happened in the race. Penske, 2 of their 3 cars were having tire failures, and things did not end well for them.
Penske's had a really bad season.
Yeah. They bring decent cars,
Yep.
but every time they got the decent car, something happens and they get screwed. So,
Strangely enough, Logano's pretty much been top finisher. He's actually, finishing most of his races.
yeah. Brad, he lost his brakes, then he lost his tire. going from New Hampshire to
Laney, I think,
Pocono.
actually finished this time finally, but he didn't have a very good car.
Yep.
He
Logano,
does
he
have a
got
good car,
damaged
he
early
crashes.
on. And then tire went down and gave him even more damage. Stuart Haas Racing, they brought badass cars again, but their baddest car, meaning, oh shit. Wasn't expecting that.
Meaning no shit, huh?
Harvick, fastest badass car, he got into it with Eric Almirola during caution, going down pit road. And then the final main incident that's actually noteworthy, Bubba Wallace. He had brake failure. Brake rotor itself just shattered into hundreds of small pieces going into turn 1. He cut across the dirt trying to slow down the car and hit the wall. I think they said at 150 or 160 miles an hour. So he's safe.
He was moving.
Yep. Yeah. He is safe. No concussion or anything like that. He's been cleared of that.
But he fucked that concrete up.
Yeah, he actually broke the back of the concrete wall where the safety barrier is. And that hit scared all of us. I honestly think more so me and Herden, because that kind of hit would have without a doubt have killed a NASCAR driver if we go back 15, 20 years ago. Like, pretty much guaranteed.
Go back right before the car tomorrow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the beginning of the car tomorrow, even.
So, but I'm glad he's okay. We're all glad that he's okay, and we're all glad that even after he got out of the infield care center, he was still able to put a smile on and make a joke or two.
Yep, no twins.
Yep.
They did an ultrasound. No twins.
So that's one of the reasons why I like Bubba Wallace. He's a decent driver, and his personality is just a very pleasant personality to be around. So, but yeah, glad we're all
He'll
glad
be
that
back
he's
this week.
Oh yeah, he'll be back. A little bruised, a little battered, but he survived, and that's the important part.
And now this weekend he'll be doing ARCA racing.
Yeah, and we all know how ARCA brakes work.
Yep, the car in front of you.
Yep.
Oh boy. Alright.
I don't really feel like there's too much left to talk about the race itself, but we do have some news as in regards to NASCAR. Sorry, this podcast is a little bit weird. None of us are really like in the mojo to do this. We're just getting it done to get it done at this point. But we do
That's
have
a good thing to
news.
say on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the following races are going to be better, but just this week we have all got a lot of different shit going on, so none of us have really been focused. This is when I wish we had relief podcasters to take our job for one day. But yeah, no, next week we'll be in a better condition. So Justin, what news is about NASCAR right now? Said you found some stuff earlier.
Alright, well, I mean, the first thing is what you sent earlier. I'm kind of curious what you guys think about Logano's Darlington scheme. Throwback.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
It looks awesome.
I'll definitely tell you one thing. There's a little Miss Earnhardt's gonna be fucking pissed.
Good. I mean, what?
Yeah.
Fucker.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, Dale Earnhardt, Senior's wife.
Senior.
Yep. His wife, she took a hold of the Dale Earnhardt name, or just the Earnhardt name, period. And
Earnhardt
so
Incorporated.
Yep. Earnhardt Incorporated.
Yeah, Dale Earnhardt Incorporated.
The name as a whole. So now whenever someone does anything remotely related to the Earnhardt name or what Earnhardt Incorporated created, she immediately sixed her legal team on everybody. And now Joey Logano's paint scheme that he's running for Darlington this year is reminiscent to a paint job.
Steve Parks.
Yep.
To Steve Parks' old paint job.
And yeah, I'm waiting to hear some about that. But if Logano gets to run it, good on him.
Definitely one of my favorites.
To show how bad
it looks really cool. I don't usually like yellow and red together. I'm not a huge fan of Logano's paint schemes typically, but that one's really good looking.
They did good with it. Just to get everyone caught up a little bit on some of the shenanigans that she's pulled. Dale Earnhardt's sister, she started a construction company, called it Earnhardt Creations, I think it was called. Got sued by her mother, lost the case, and now that's completely fucked. She still has her construction company. I don't know what it's called. Dale Earnhardt Jr. cannot get his fire suit or anything related to Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. And this I didn't know until more recently. Hendrick actually had to ask permission to use Dale Earnhardt's scheme or a version of Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s paint scheme for his final ride last year. They actually had to ask permission.
Jesus.
Yeah. And those are just some of the smaller things. So, she's a bitch. I'm sorry, Dale, but I can't remember if she's his biological mother or stepmother. Either way, she's
stepmother.
An asshole. Yeah.
She was always the step monster.
Yeah. She's an
step
asshole.
monster.
She turned what was a Dale Earnhardt legacy into basically just a namesake. But that's enough of that. This week we're going up to Watkins Glen.
Hold on. One more piece of news, just a quick announcement.
Yep.
August 9th, the Mustang will be unveiled. Ford's new car. So that'll be interesting to see, even though I'm fairly sure that we can all kind of imagine what it's going to look like, but it will be unveiled soon. So next week.
I hope they go off the GT350 template there.
They probably will.
Yeah, I know they will.
Since they got the regular GT for Xfinity, I would imagine they would go with the 350 for Cup.
Depends on what Ford decides to do, but I'm curious if Ford is going to have the same issues that Chevy had this year, where it just took half the season to get the car going, or if they're not going to have, because they have a fast car this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of wondering what's going to happen there. If they're going to stick with the similar design, or
I feel like the way it's going to end up working out is it's going to be a lot shorter of a period before we start seeing any true speed from Ford. Like Toyota, it took them about half a year when they introduced the new Camry. Chevrolet, as you can see, it took them 3/4 of the regular season to start showing any legitimate speed. I feel like with Ford and having SHR, and we've seen what the hell SHR has been capable of since the inception of the 6th gen car, I feel like as long as SHR is sharing some, not all, but some information, majority of the Fords are going to be running quite well. I would say about a third, or just shy of a third of the regular season, they'll start showing good, continuous speed. Amp?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be about the same. It seems like whenever manufacturer brings in a new body style or quote-unquote new car, it'll take them a while to get their mojo back. Granted, I think it'll be a lot easier for Ford with a lot more of the bigger names that they have than SHR and Penske. You know, ones that actually been...
but
and Roush, but...
Who's looking at Roush?
There. Yeah. But I think it'll be a lot easier for them because when you look at Chevrolet, all you really got is
Hendrick.
Hendrick. That's the only big name.
And technically, you got Richard Childress, but they haven't been worth the shit since like 2003 area. They had Harvick running quite a few good races for him, but that was just Harvick on the most part.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Is that about it for the news, Justin?
I think so. I could have sworn there was something else for some reason, but
Probably.
not that I can think of, so I think we're good.
Yeah. We're doing a real great job here, guys.
Yeah. Professionality.
Yeah.
What's that?
This is our last season of the podcast. At this point, if it's a good podcast, it's a good podcast. If it's a semi-shit but workable podcast, it's a semi-shit but workable podcast.
It's like being 3/4 of the way through your senior year in high school.
As long as we make it to the end,
podcast
that's what matters.
Yep.
But yeah, this week
I'm ready for playoff season.
Yeah. I'm curious who's going to really show up and who's just going to show up. But we're not there yet because this week is Watkins Glen, New York. Curious how that's going to turn out, especially since there's actually a decent amount of rain in the forecast. There we
Forecast?
go. Yes. Almost said broadcast.
In the
podcast. Yep. There's going to be a bunch of rain here if, people keep giving us heart attacks like that. Like Bubba did. But anyway.
It's twice this season.
Mm-hmm.
Something crazy's happened. All right.
But your guys' picks. Let's go with Amp.
Fuck you. I knew you were going to say me first.
Well, you never go first. And this is a little bit of a different podcast, so...
Usually I have to still finalize my people, but this week I'm going to go with old MTJ and Dinger.
Alright. Justin?
Oh, they can't deny Kyle Busch. I mean, track.
Alright.
Very good at it every year, and he's been basically one of the two closers this year, so... I have absolutely no idea. Has Logano won the race this year? I don't even remember anymore.
He has won Talladega. Oh shit! I just
so
fucked up
I
that
can't go
mic.
with him then. I'm gonna be hopeful and go with Brad. I don't think it's gonna happen. Still gonna be hopeful. There's some positivity, I guess. Something happened?
I don't know.
Lost Caboose.
Yep, he did.
Yep, I muted my mic because I was trying to fix myself.
Oh, good job.
So, yeah. No, I was having a little bit of mic issue there with the boom. Anyway, since Herden didn't send us his picks, I'm going to pick for him. We're going to go with the 23 car who has whose driver I'm trying to remember the name of is making his Cup car debut. Brendan Gaughan, I think? Maybe?
No.
Brian Pierce? I don't
Brendan
fucking
Gaughan.
remember. I don't remember. But 23
Jeffrey?
car. And let's go with LeJoy.
I don't think Jeffrey's running this weekend.
No, he's not. But let's go with LeJoy.
Shoot, I forgot about Dinger.
Hmm.
I think Amp mentioned that, didn't
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I mean, it's not too late for you to change.
For some reason, no, I'm good. For some reason, though, whenever somebody says the name Dinger, I don't think of AJ Allmendinger. I never do, so I don't know why. Just don't.
Your guess is as good as mine. All right, so for my pick, I'm going to go same route as Justin with the big three. I'm going to go with Kyle Busch. And for my dark horse, I'm going to go with Casey Kane. those LFR guys can make a mean-ass chassis. And they were going to get a top 10 finish there at Sonoma if they didn't get screwed on pit road.
Oh, I remembered what the other thing was. What the other news thing was.
Keep member.
That Pocono's teasing the idea of having a road course, or using a road course.
If I remember correctly, someone said they
Should be
had 12 different variants or something like that of a road course that they could use. Which, if they decide to go a reverse route, that's 24 races, different race types that they could have, depending on what they want to do.
I want a figure 8 death race.
Done.
No, you don't want
on dirt.
Amp, did you play Grid?
Very little.
Did you ever do Demo
I want
Derby?
Eldora on this fucking schedule. I don't think I got that far.
So they had a Demo Derby on there where it was a figure of 8, but one of the cross paths had a jump, so you jumped over it. Let's get some of that. Let's jump over people.
A figure 8 jump race.
Yes. One path went under, one path went over. Total chaos. But Grid 1 to me was a great game. Even had an eBay system on there where the better the car performed, the more you could get out of it, and the worse the car performed, the more often you wrecked it, the less the car was worth. Anyway, that different podcast for a different day. But yeah, Watkins Glen. Final thing about it. Excitement, love it.
Ready to do some road course racing.
And just general good racing. What do you guys think? Scale 1 to 10.
I'm hoping that it'll... Oh.
Well,
I'm gonna go hopeful.
been promising lately. Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna go hopeful and say about 6.5.
For excitement or for just good racing?
Good racing. And I'll go 5 on excitement.
Alright. Justin?
Lately it's actually been higher ratings than I would have anticipated, so I'm going to be a little more optimistic and hopeful again. And I'm going to go with a 6 on good racing and a 5 on excitement. A little higher than I normally would put for Watkins Glen.
I feel like it's going to start at about 5.5 in both categories. And in the middle, I'll say it's going to be about a 4.5 in both categories. And the final stage, it takes one thing to set everything off. So I'm going to say 5 in good racing and a 6 in excitement. Maybe a 7. That's the thing about the Glen. It just takes one thing to start a total shit show. So, any closing topics? Anybody?
Congrats to Jimmy Johnson.
600
start.
Yep.
All right. Other than that, I'm good.
Find Jeffrey a fucking full-time ride, damn it.
In decent equipment or just moderate equipment?
In moderate equipment, you know. Give the boy a chance.
Alright, yeah, I have nothing else to say. So, that was Broker Ship Podcast, Pocono 2, and, I'm Caboose.
Carbon.
Amp.